Hello and welcome to Is This Your Card? Your one-stop show for all the Hearthstone cards in Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft. Today we're looking at Moonfire. Moonfire is a Druid class card that is soulbound, meaning it requires no dust to craft and no dust to craft a gold version of. It is also part of the basic set. You will receive your first 2 Moonfires at level 6, and then at level 40 and 42 you will receive your golden Moonfires. Moonfire is a very simple, very basic, and very easy to understand card. Moonfire is simply 1 damage to anything on the board for 0 cost. Now this means that Moonfire doing the same damage as the Mage's hero power, and having the same movability as the Mage's hero power, with the only difference being that it doesn't cost any mana to use, and of course you can only have 2 of them in your deck. So, by comparison, this particular card plays out a lot like the Mage's hero power. Except because you're a druid, it becomes perhaps a little less useful. You see, the druid only has access to what the mage has access to in terms of enraged creatures. There are no druid-specific enraged creatures, there are no druid-specific cards that would benefit from taking direct damage, meaning that, as a rule, Moonfire doesn't have, or rather, has the same combo potential as it would do for the mage, who has the ability to use it whenever. However, Moonfire's biggest advantage over that of the mage is because it's a card and a spell card, it benefits directly from spell power. This means that Moonfire, due to the fact it's free and very easy to use, is arguably the single best spell you can put into a druid spell deck. To give you an idea of why this is the case and why Moonfire is arguably the best card to put in a druid spell power deck, let me put you a case in point and give you a demonstration. So we have Malygos. Malygos is a 9-cost 4/12 that gives plus 6 spell power for 9 mana. Now Moonfire can be used on exactly the same turn and will then do 7 damage for nothing. You can see how this stacks up pretty quickly. Moonfire is, I believe, the only damaging spell that costs no mana. And because of that, Moonfire is incredibly powerful when comboed with spell power. By itself, 1 damage isn't very much, but 1 damage is ideal to enrage things like a Raging Worgen, to enrage other things like perhaps a Grommash Hellscream if you happen to have one somehow as a druid, or, it's important to enrage it. Moonfire is also perfect for trading, which is presumably what it's supposed to be used for, doing the 1 extra damage to kill off the minion or doing it first to allow for a better trade, but I personally prefer to use it as a combo card, a lot like Innovate, because I see the potential in Moonfire to trigger a lot of enrages, a lot of death rattles, and become a very beneficial card to allow momentum and steamrolling. But by far the biggest powerful component of Moonfire is that it's free. Moonfire would not be especially extraordinary if it cost even 1 mana. For even 1 mana, Moonfire would be a terrible card, and I would say you should never ever pick it up or ever use it. But Moonfire is free. Moonfire can be used like Innovate on every single turn. Moonfire has no cost, has no penalty for using, and is always reliable and always usable. Plus, because it can target you, your hero, your minions, your enemy's hero, and your enemy's minions, Moonfire has an extreme amount of capability on the battlefield, being able to do ridiculously useful things. It can pick off almost any minion when buffed enough. It can allow for huge amounts of trading, all for free. Whereas the Mage hero power costs 2 mana, effectively taking up parts and chunks of turns. Moonfire can be used right at the end or right at the beginning. And because of its huge amount of synergy with spell power, Moonfire becomes lethal in certain combinations. A good example, again, of how Moonfire is a very, very, very good and useful card should be pointed out in conjunction with a card such as the Dalaran Mage. Now, the Dalaran Mage is a 1/4 for 3. And the reason why I say Dalaran Mage and not another card is because the Dalaran Mage is a lot more stubborn than a large number of spell power minions. Because of the Dalaran Mage being on the board and being a 1/4, Moonfire now does 2 damage for 0 cost. Around about turn 3, when you play the Dalaran Mage, your enemy will probably have a lot of 2-cost minions. You're now able to immediately kill them with Moonfire, for nothing. Supposing your enemy plays something powerful like an Ysera, right? Ysera has 4/12. That means Ysera is incredibly stubborn and hard to get rid of. But if you have a Malygos in your hand and you play that, suddenly your Moonfire and Hero Power combined, which by the way is only 2 mana, So if you have a coin or if you have an Innovate in your hand, you're able to combo this better. Plus trading with the Malygos itself will allow you to wipe that Ysera off the board in an unprecedented amount, almost on exactly the same turn, although it would have to be the turn after. Some people might argue that Moonfire isn't very useful in the late game, where Moonfire's low cost is pointless, and that's kind of true. But this still allows you to play out your entire turn and still use it. And because Moonfire is relatively little used because of its very small damage amount for what it does, this means that Moonfire is often a surprise card. You have the element and the tactical power to surprise and kill your enemy before they even realise what's going on. Thank you very much for listening to another episode of Is This Your Card? Please tune in next time, and I hope you have an excellent day.